Hey, how you doing, my friend? Dan Denley here. And in this video, what I'd like to do is expose one of the biggest mistakes that I see most guitarists make so you can avoid it. Now, I've literally helped tens of thousands of guitarists from around the world in over 100 countries massively improve their playing. But virtually all guitarists that I see make this one common mistake, and it's a real problem. The mistake is that they spend virtually zero time building up the strength in their hands and fingers. Now, this can be a real problem because it leads to a lot of frustration and a lot of wasted time. Because if you spend a little bit of time, only maybe 5 minutes a day, working on the strength and agility and dexterity of your fingers and hands, you're going to be able to fret difficult chords easier. You're going to be able to play licks and scales faster, and you'll virtually eliminate dead notes and fret buzz. So what I'd like to do is give you 3 of these exercises right now so that you can get started. Now, the first one that we're going to cover is just a simple chromatic exercise. Let me show you exactly what it sounds like, and then I'll show you how to do it. Okay? So here's what it sounds like. Okay, and then what we're going to do is slide that up 1 fret and come back down. Okay, and then we could just slide it up another fret and do it again. Okay, and you can go all the way up and all the way back down. Now, let me point out a couple of things about this that you may want to consider. The first is that I'm doing all down and up strokes, okay? So we're starting on the 6th string and I'm going down, up, then I go to the next string and it's the same pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, just for extra practice, you could do all down strokes or you could do all up strokes. So that would sound like this. Now, I want to share a secret with you, and that is what I'm doing is I'm taking my pinky and I'm putting it right here and I'm anchoring it on this center pickup, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm kind of using that to help me guide my hand. And what I see a lot of guitarists do is they kind of do this, right? And that's a little more difficult to control when you're going, okay? A little more difficult to control. Not anything wrong with that, but I was just going to show you that little tip in case you wanted to try it. What you can do is just anchor your pinky right here on the pickup and then use that as your guide to help your hand know where to go. Okay, it's a little more stable if you do that. Another thing you could do, especially if you're on acoustic, is just anchor your pinky down on what's called the rosette. If you look at that guitar back there, the rosette is basically where the sound hole is right next to the sound hole. Okay, you could anchor your pinky there as well. That's up to you. Now, that's the first exercise, okay? Okay, now the second exercise is going to be the exact same thing, but instead of ascending, instead of each one of those going up in pitch, we're actually going to descend, okay, which means we're going to be going down. But, and what makes this interesting is that your pinky is generally the weakest of your fingers, okay? So what this does is it helps you build up the strength in your pinky and your ring finger, because generally your index finger and your middle finger are strong. Your ring finger is a little more weak, and then the pinky is generally the weakest the weakest finger. All right, so what this is going to do is help you with that. So we're going to descend on this exercise. We're going to, again, start on the 6th string. It sounds like this. Then we're going to move up and come back down. okay, and so on and so forth. You can go all the way up and all the way back down with that. One thing I do want to encourage you to do is to try to play very slowly and steadily and then work up the speed. So what you don't want to do is kind of have this shiftless motion like. Okay, you want it to be really slow and steady. Very deliberate, okay? And the other part of it is you want to try to avoid dead notes. So when I switch strings, you have a lot better chance of actually having a dead note. You don't want that to happen. So like if I go or fret buzz, you want to make sure you're trying to get right in the middle of that fret and really anchor it down to eliminate that. And the way you can help anchor it is by basically making sure that when you're holding the neck that your thumb is in the back of the neck, okay? That it's not like floating around in space or something, right? Make sure that your hand isn't, you know, doing this kind of thing. Make sure your thumb is anchored on the back of that neck and you're really, you know, hammering it on. Okay, so the third exercise I'm going to show you is basically a string skipping exercise. And what this does is it helps with your picking accuracy. All of these exercises help with your picking accuracy, but this one really makes you focus because you're having to skip strings. So what we're going to do is ascend, so just like the first exercise, but instead of going from the 6th to the 5th string, we're going to go from the 6th to the 4th. So let me play it for you and then I'll slow it down a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so those are our 3 exercises, and what I'm going to do next is just give you some really close fretboard close-ups so you can see exactly what I'm doing, okay? And then I want you to take those exercises and go practice them. So here's the close-ups. Okay, here's the first exercise, close-up. Okay, and here's the second exercise. All right, and here is the third exercise. Remember, this is going to be our string skipping exercise. Here we go. Okay, great. So what you want to do is practice those 3 exercises every day for maybe about 10 minutes. That's all you need, is about 10 minutes. And I would suggest that you do it before you start playing. It's going to help you warm up the muscles in your hands and get the blood flowing and really kind of get your coordination and your mind in the mode to start playing. So practice those 3 exercises and do me a big favor. Go ahead and click the like button below for Facebook, the little Facebook thingy. Click the like button for me if you liked this video, and also let me know what you think by posting your comment. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.